Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy. If I was a DJ and could make cool sound effects, you feel me, would scratch it back. Squeak, squeak. I'm such an awful person when it comes to making sound effects, you feel me? I wish I was better at it, but let's start that again. Hi, and good evening. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Thursday evening to join me. I really do appreciate it. And so tonight I want to talk to everybody about judging a book by its cover. You feel me? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, here on the channel, I do my best to try and advocate for like a way more equitable and reasonable world, you know, for all of us. But in the interim and in between, we got to find things to bring us kind of back down, you feel me, and like talk about things that still don't matter but still have a little more emphasis on our everyday. And I just feel like it's nice to remind ourselves that while we strive to be a society that is essentially judgment free, you know, think of like Planet Fitness but on like a Minecraft IRL level, you feel me? So that's all that I'm saying is like judgment free kind of doesn't exist, right? And even though negative stereotypes are not a good thing, you feel me, at all, and anything at all negative like that, right? We need no disclaimer. If you need a disclaimer by now from watching my show, then I'm afraid you're in the wrong place, and I'm so sorry for you, I truly am. But if you want to stick around and you want to, you know, hear what I have to say about people being all judgy, you feel me? Not to mention that I'm going to try to keep this quick. My battery's about to die and I can't go off on a 25-minute rant, you know, so we're going to have to rein it in, Albert, rein it in. So, judging a book by its cover. I'm sure that, you know, if you don't know what that means, it means that you look at somebody and you immediately judge them. Now, again, scientifically speaking, I'm not the dude, right? Like, I'm more of the punchline guy. Look at me. But, you know, I think there's some truth to, like, some kind of Freudian concepts in that the moment we meet people, we know whether or not, you know, we'd, like, do the love dance with them. I mean, what, you'd really, again, wrong place, wrong time. I'm sorry if I'm catching you off guard. I hope I'm not losing any subscribers, although inevitably it happens. But they always, you know, we get new subscribers. And so, did I already thank new subscribers? If I haven't, let's take a moment out of our discussion here to really thank you guys. I truly appreciate it. And still staying in character here all the way. We all go out of the house that we live in, the place that we call home, you know, and we make judgments. You feel me? Like, this is human beings. We're very judgy. And so, you know, we don't need to be in an elected position to have these feelings, right? And again, this isn't a discussion that's serious in nature, and I'm not trying to do any sort of disservice to all the negative stereotypes. Again, we spend a lot of our time here on the channel, and I spend a lot of my time dedicated to feeling other types of ways about serious social injustices and different kinds of systemic issues, right? So just to, you know, again, kind of just reel it in. It sucks to be judged, and it sucks to judge people, right? But moreover, what's funny is when you're ever in a front of house service position, so we'll call it like counter service dilemma. And again, like, shout out to all the boomers and Xers who've made it their mission in life to avoid people by all means. You know, because people maybe don't like you guys, and I'm really sorry for that. That must be hard, right? Because you are probably, I guess, not probably, I don't want to be mean. You are absolutely 100% the punchline of all the jokes on the receiving end of what I'm talking about. Just so much as I equally know as a middle-aged, kind of very loud, you know, middle-aged, like just a dude, right? Like, people judge me, you feel me? Seriously, give me like 3 minutes, you know, like talking to somebody, and I can promise you they're either gonna really enjoy me or they're gonna want to run as far away from me as possible because of the energy level, right? Not just all that I'm saying. So, I was getting a haircut today because obviously 420 into the video, if you didn't notice, I somewhat resemble what appears to be like a Calvin and Hobbes kind of thing, but like Speedy Gonzalez-ified because of this beard on my face. So I thought I would take some time out of the day, you know, to record this so I had it in the future and I could remember what this looked like, so that in case I ever wanted to look this funny again, I could come back and do it, right? So now that we know that and I'm setting it up, I go into the, you know, barber place, the stylist place, right? because there's a big difference. Avi, I know it. I grew up in a barber shop, okay? I go to stylists now that I'm an old man. Call it whatever it is. It's just what I do. Although I would prefer to get, razor fade and some warm shave cream and no hassle about it with a clean razor, you feel me? So shout out to all my barbers who could provide me with said service, but also not charge me like $100 for it, you feel me? I mean, if that's what it costs, that's what it costs, but I just don't feel like it should cost that much. Like, because I'm trying to go back to you on the weekly, a topic for another day, the crazy prices at barber shops. So, again, like, judging people, and I'm going into the barbershop, right, or going into the stylist place. It's a chain, and I had checked in online, and it's just, again, in front of house, right? For those of you that have never had to work with the general public, or you've never had to work behind the counter at any sort of venue, you don't know what I'm talking about. But in the event that you've been behind a counter in any capacity whatsoever, my roommate and I, when we were partners in the business that I successfully ran into the ground, Cups of Enchantment, there was an event, and we both had to work it, right? Because as owners, we had a few events going on, and we ended up being stuck at an event, working as, like, front of house, like, as we would hire people to do that for us. And it's interesting because even in that capacity, right, like, I remember my business partner and my roommate now, I was like, thinking to myself, like, this is one of those times in life where my boy here gets to be on the other end of, like, what appears to be just, like, people watching, but with, like, way more emphasis on being judgmental, you feel me? Like, again, shout to all my confident people out there who walk through the food court mall and don't think that no one's talking about them, because, like, again, it's not like everybody's talking about you, you feel me? It's not weird and ain't nothing like that. I'm just saying that the people that are working there to be there, that are paid really low and just have entertainment in front of them, the guests are sometimes that entertainment. I go into the stylist place, right, and I get, with my luck, the person that is about to cut my hair, that's going to call my name because I checked in online, was this woman who, like, just with all due respect, sucks at cutting hair, you feel me? Is this old lady, right? And she's been at this place forever, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, like, how on earth do I make this, like, civil? You feel me? Like, we're in a battle of, like, politics. This is interdynamic, parasocial, IRL, right now politics. Like, how do I tell this woman without telling her that I don't want her touching my head? Although, on the contrary, again, look at my head now. So, again, it goes both ways, and I'm trolling myself, in case you didn't know. But, so, yeah, like, I'm thinking to myself, there's no polite way to do this, you feel me? So, I, like, look at the woman, right, and she's the one, literally, obviously, she's not only the one that is gonna cut my hair, but she's also the one calling my name. And, again, it's weird because it's a busy time. There's a person that's standing there checking people in and so forth. It's just happened by chance. Complete chance that it happened to just be my turn. The stylist that was up, who was, at the till because the assistant was cleaning her station, called my name, and I was like, all right, here's the thing, I was like, no thank you, ma'am. I was like, I just, I'm on the phone. I didn't know what to say, because really, like, how am I, like, I don't like lying, one, and two, if it's gonna be a lie, I gotta go in, you feel me? Like, I'm an astronaut, stupid things like that, you feel me? Oh my god, if you would ever believe any of those things, that are just whatever, right? The things that men sometimes do to get girls. Anyways, there's no girl on earth that'll be out there and tell you that I told them that I was an astronaut. There may be some, however, that have told you that I was, I don't know, a contractor, a freaking consultant, whatever, right? Anyways, I'm trying to tell this woman, right, again, and it's like the waiting room is full, the lobby's all there, people are in it, and I'm just like, dude, like, and so I end up being passive, right? So, long story short, I dodge that bullet, right? It still seems as if it's somewhat quasi, acceptable by both of us. I'm like, no, thank you, ma'am. I'm on my phone right now. I'm waiting for a phone call. Like, I don't even know. It might be 3 minutes. It might be 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. And then she's like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and wait for you. And I was like, okay. I was like, listen. I was like, I'm going to do a different haircut today, and I just, I was going to ask for her, and at this point, I'm trying to remember names, anything at all, but she reluctantly agrees, right? So 3 or 4 people later, because I had chosen not to get a haircut from this woman, I get called, and this time, the door swings both ways, right? This time, it's a woman who, in the time that I was waiting, had one of her regulars come in, who happened to be another woman, right? Remember, I'm a dude. And so she's talking up with her homegirl, right? And then, so after all this, the old lady leaves. And I go up to the girl and I'm like, yo, like, I didn't want to say it in front of everybody, but facts, I will take anybody in this place to cut my hair except for her. I was like, I didn't know how to say that though, you know, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm also trying to get my hair cut, and I'm also like, you know, it was a lot, right? So that all happens, right? And while I'm telling this girl that, she straight up looks me in the face and she's like, okay, well, do you mind, sir, if I go ahead and take the woman that was like, because my regular, she's here at her time, she was running a few minutes late. And I was like, really? I was like, I just told you. And I had already waited, you know, so at this point, I've already waited like an hour. And I'm just kind of like, oh man, you know, that old lady really did me in, yo. Like, and again, I was trying to be nice. I didn't know what to do. So again, like, it goes both ways, right? Because clearly this young lady, you know, she wasn't gonna want to cut my hair anyway either. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are so judgy, right? And again, she wanted to just do her homegirl, right? And again, it wouldn't matter who I was at that point or whatever. It's just so happened that, like, you know, I also got outed, right? Like, I'm also, like, being judged here. I'm like, I just told this girl that I would take anybody else to cut my hair. She's about to call somebody else. It's my turn on the screen. I'm like, this is about to happen. And then she's like, no, it's not going to happen. And I was like, well, you know, I guess it is one of those things. We both have to consent to you touching my head. So, I mean, right? Like, it's just, I think so. Because otherwise, you got some fool cutting your head that, like, you know, not only doesn't like what he's doing or she's doing at that current point in time, but also is just emanating this, like, this vibe, right? Like, this is just, and it's not good. You know, you're like, dude, you have like a weapon near my head right now. You feel me? Like, for $20, this is like the closest to death I'm gonna come, like, in the foreseeable future. You know, it's sort of like, and it's not, I mean, I would like to think that my life is worth more than $20. I'm just saying, in the overall scheme of things, right? Because again, women, unless you're getting faded, you feel me, you do not know about this risk. Although having some scissors or anything sharp next to your skull is still a risk. I'm just saying, you got all that fluffy, pillowy, cool hair to work with, right? Well, and arguably, I also had that just earlier today. And now I'm having to sell out, right? Because obviously, this is going somewhere, right? I can't, one, afford for any of this. Two, simply can't afford to do any of that at all without being in debt and also trying to, like, pay it back. So I'm going to try to get a job. And anyways, so don't forget that while you're out there judging people, they're judging you too, you feel me? So be nice to people, because, like, you don't know the type of things they're thinking about you, my friend. And it goes both ways. That's what I'm saying. Like, you might think that you got a grasp on it, you feel me? You might think that it's all good, and that hot looking, you know, mama over there, like, you know, talks up a nice game. She looks good, she talks good, right? And then, like, you go to dinner and she has, like, the worst manners ever. I mean, I'm just saying, like, so, you know, you were totally wrong, right? You judged that book by its cover, and you shouldn't have, because you took Hottie out to a fancy 5-star with your family, and now she's, like, acting like, you know, it's some type of buffet at a bocce. You know, I'm just saying, right? It's just different manners, different settings. Sometimes, you know, it's not always appropriate to judge a book by its cover. Sometimes it is. You know, I think it's kind of a little bit of both, so just be careful, all my judgmental friends out there. There's always a mirror pointing right back at us, and this is why I spend 80% of my time hating on myself. I've said this publicly before. I'm trying to take all of the energy and dedication out there and hate towards me, and I'm just trying to, like, you know, encompass it into my own personality, into my own character. So I'm going with that, and I'm always going to go with that. Okay, jumping out of that, you feel me? Hey, thank you for watching my show. I really appreciate it. There's so many new people that hop on every day, like all the old videos. There's a catalog of more than 1,000 videos just below you. You feel me? So, like, if at all you feel like seeing this ugly face, you know, for, like, I don't know, it's got to be a long time. Like, if you watch the channel from beginning to end, it would take a long time. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you what it would take, but, you know, somebody who could do math could absolutely tell you. So, my name is Albert, right? Again, thank you so much for like, being a part of my life, you know, watching these videos, watching me turn into different iterations of my own kind of Frankenstein, all these different things, right? Like, I really appreciate it. Not anything too crazy to report, right? I'm just simply kind of look for a job, just because I don't know. There's got to be something out there for me, or not. I mean, I'll just spend the rest of my life applying for jobs and then only getting the worst of them. And then, like, I don't know, hopefully this YouTube thing works out, right? So if you're not already a subscriber, subscribe. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see everyone later, because I'm going to go shave right now, and I wanted to make the video again I just wanted to see what I looked like, and now I know what I looked like, and I tell you, my opinion of myself doesn't change. It's still the same, it's still that same medium, mid, I don't know. Hope you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.